Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be playing for you Slay the Spire, a deck building game. The game is currently in alpha version and there's 3 different modes. The standard mode, which is what I'll be playing for you today, then there is a daily challenge, and an endless mode, which is currently in development. Essentially in this game you have a set of cards that you can use to fight different monsters, and as you kill them, you gain better cards and abilities which help you fight tougher and stronger monsters. When you pick the standard mode, which is what I'm gonna do right now, you can choose between different characters: the Ironclad, the Silent, and the Defect. They all have different cards and starting abilities. The Ironclad can heal itself for 6 HP at the end of every combat, the Silent uses poison cards, and the Defect can use Orbs of Lightning. I will be playing as Ironclad today, okay, so let's embark on our journey. Okay, greetings. We meet this whale. I'm gonna click talk. Now we can pick a reward. This reward depends on the previous run. So the better your previous run was, the better these rewards are going to be. Okay, so we can either choose a card to obtain 100 gold, lose 50% of your current HP and gain gold, or lose your starting relic and obtain a random moss relic. This special ability that called Burning Blood that let us heal at the end of the combat is relic, and you're gonna get lots of those during the game, but I really like this one, so I didn't want to get some other one. I don't like losing my HP, and we don't really need the money so much, so I'm gonna... well, we could get the money for free, so let's pick this one, because why not? Granted. Okay, we're gonna leave. This is the map for Act 1. This map is randomly generated, so that makes for a good replayability. At the end of the map is a big boss fight, which is this one. Now what's interesting in this game is that you can pick different routes, and the route matters a lot, because different spots let you do different things. For example, this rest site lets you heal or upgrade a card. Then you have 2 types of monsters you can fight. This is a regular monster. When you kill it, it drops a card, gold, and sometimes a potion. And then you have elite monster, which when you kill it, it drops card, gold, sometimes potion, and a relic. And then you have these special chests which always drop a relic, and here you can visit the merchant, and the question mark is basically like an event, or it's just a regular monster fight. I think you can fight elite monsters there too, I'm not sure though. So when you're starting on the first act, it's usually a good idea to fight as many more elite monsters as you can, because they're quite easy to kill and they give relics, and the relics are very powerful. So I'm gonna try to pick a route that lets me fight a lot of elite monsters. So we can start with this one, and if we go on the left we have 2 elite monsters, 3 with this one, and that's it. So we're gonna go down this way, because here on the right side we'd only be able to fight 1 elite monster, so I don't want to do that. And this way we can go start on the... actually we should start on the right, because this gives us 2 question mark, this gives us no question mark, and question marks are usually better than monster fighting. Okay, so we're gonna start here. Okay, and the way the games work is that you have a certain energy per turn, which tells you like how many cards you can use basically, and each card has a certain price, energy price. So now all of our cards have a price of 1. Because when you start the game, you have a deck of 10 cards where you have 5 strike cards, 4 defend cards, and 1 bash card. But as we move through the game, we're gonna get a lot better cards. And when you use the card, it's gonna move into this discard pile, and once we use all our cards from the draw pile, the discard pile is gonna become the draw pile again. So basically, if you have a small deck, you can rotate the cards a lot. And here you can see what the enemy intends to do. So this one intends to buff, which means they're not attacking us. This one is gonna attack us for 7. So we're gonna defend for 5, which means they're only gonna hit us for 7 minus 5, which is 2. And then we're gonna attack with these monsters. Okay. So now he's gonna hit us and he's gonna do the damage of 2. And this other one did a buff, which gains strength to him. Increases attack damage by 3. What's important is that the strength, it last through the rest of the combat. So you really want to use different abilities that gain you strength, because even if you just gain your strength by 3 or 5, that means every damage is gonna make additional 3 or 5 damage. So the strike, instead of dealing 6 damage, it would do damage of like 9 or 11. So it can be quite useful. It's gonna spit web on us. Just gonna make us weak. And when you're weak, your attacks deal 25% less damage for 2 turns. This just says how many turns, so it doesn't stack in the sense that if you make them weak 3 times, they would deal 75% less damage instead of 25. It just means that they're gonna deal the lower damage for an X amount of turns. Okay, so now we can pick a new card that's gonna be added to our deck of cards. Okay, so Iron Wave, gain 5 block, deal 5 damage. Dual Wield, create a copy of an attack or power card in your hand, or Battle Trance. Draw 3 cards, you cannot draw any additional cards this turn. So I really like the Iron Wave cards because they let me deal both damage and a block, so I'm gonna take. Do we have our first event, hopefully? Yes. As you make your way down a long corridor, you see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about. Now, upon closer inspection, they are tied to strings coming from holes in the ceiling. There's a quiet cackling from above as you approach the objects. What do you do? So we can either heal, we can increase our maximum HP, or we can receive a relic. But when we receive a relic, we're also going to become cursed with regret. At the end of your turn, lose 1 HP for each card in your hand, so we definitely don't want this. And these like cursed cards, they're like some cards with negative effect. There are lots of them in the game, so this is just one. I'm gonna increase my maximum HP. You eat the donut, it really hits the spot. Your max HP increases. And we're gonna leave. Again, let's meet the merchant. When you meet the merchant, you can either buy new cards, relics, or potions. Okay, let's see what relic we could buy. Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 more energy. Nope. Ooh, Mind Blast. Deal damage equal to the number of cards in your draw pile. I like this one. I'm gonna buy it. Or actually, do we wanna buy it? Because we have some other options like Limit Break, double your strength, and Exhaust. Exhaust means that you can only use the card once in the entire combat. But I like this too, and we cannot buy both of them, so either the Limit Break or the Mind Blast. What else do we have? Searing Blow, deal 12 damage, can be upgraded any number of times, or Pummel, deal 2 damage 4 times. No. I'm really thinking between the Mind Blast and the double Limit Break. What do you think I should do? Yeah. Let's buy the Mind Blast. Yeah, because if when we have a lot of cards, that's gonna do a lot of damage. So let's go with that one. Okay, another question mark. So this time the question mark just gave us regular fight instead of an event. Okay, I'm gonna use the Iron Wave and a defend. So he's only gonna hit us for 1. Then I'm gonna use a strike. And because we are the Ironclad, we have the ability to heal for 6 HP at the end of combat. So we can let them... Oh, now the Mind Blast only does a damage of 2, so... Okay, that's kind of useless. But we'll use it anyway, because it's free. But, yeah, that was useless. Okay, he's hitting us for 14. Not ideal. Gonna defend for 10. And strike. There was really no point in striking him, but I wanted to use up all my energy points. Okay, let's strike as much as we can, and we're gonna kill him. Bye bye! 11 gold energy potion. Gain 2 energy, like that. Add a card to your deck. Another Iron Wave, maybe. Clash. Can only be played if every card in your hand is an attack and it deals 14 damage, but it costs 0. So it's free. Combust, at the end of your turn, lose 1 HP and deal 5 damage to all enemies. I don't really like cards that make me lose HP. I don't really know how to build a proper deck with them. If any of you have a good strategy with using these cards, please write it in the comments. Okay, I'm gonna take the Clash. Because you can usually make sure that you only have attack cards, so that's fine. Okay, we're gonna kill the smaller one, so he's not gonna hurt us at all. We're just gonna do nothing. And slimes have this ability that if you hurt them enough so that their HP is lower than 50%, they're gonna split. Okay, so now we only have attack cards, so we can use the Clash and the Iron Wave. Strike. Okay, so this one. Oh, this one is not splitting. Okay, so this slime is too small. But if you have like bigger slimes, then they're gonna split into two. I'm gonna show you when it happens. Okay, now the Mind Blast does a damage of 8, so that's nice. And we'll use Bash as well. Okay, Attack Potion. Add a random attack card to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. And add a card to your deck. Heavy Blade. Deal 14 damage. Strength affects Heavy Blade 3 times. Spot Weakness. If an enemy intends to attack, gain 3 strength or havoc. Play the top card of your draw pile and exhaust it. I'm gonna take the Spot Weakness because this is gonna make me stronger and make all my attacks bigger. So I'll take this one. We're gonna fight the elite monster. We have the Gremlin Knob. He's not hurting us, so we're gonna hurt him instead. So we don't need to defend. And his ability is that he enrages himself, like he did right now. And whenever I play a skill, he's gonna gain 2 strength. So what that means is that when you defending cards are skill cards. So basically, when you defend for 5, I think is a defend card, he's gonna gain 2 strength. So it's like you only defend for 3, but also in the next turn he's gonna deal a bigger damage. So right now I could theoretically defend for 20, but which is what I'm gonna do, but then you would assume that he's only gonna hurt me for 1, but that's not true, because every time I'm gonna make his strength higher of 2, so basically he's gonna hit me for 9, which is currently still better than letting him hit me for 21, but it's not ideal. Or we could use the attack potion and see if we can kill him. Let's do that. Thunderclap. It's not enough. Okay, so let's do this defending. He's gonna hit me for 15, which is better than 21, but not ideal. And we're gonna have to kill him next turn because we really increased his strength by a lot. Yeah, but we can do it. Use 2 strikes and it's dead. 26 gold. Centennial Puzzle. The first time you lose HP, each combat draw 3 cards. I like that one. And add a card to your deck. Rage. Whenever you play an attack this turn, gain 3 block. I like this one because it lets me focus a bit more on the attack cards. Get an extra block. But this one is good too. Dropkick. Deal 5 damage. If the enemy is vulnerable, gain 1 energy and draw a card. So basically if the enemy is vulnerable, this attack is free. But I don't know. Body Slam. Deal damage equal to your current block. This one will take this one later. This is a common card. Well, they're all common, but this one feels like shows up a lot. I'm thinking, should we take the Rage or the Dropkick? I kinda wanna take the Rage because it's free. But the Dropkick... I don't know. Let's take the Rage. Let's fight against this Fungi Beast, I should say. Okay, we'll defend. Let's spot weakness and make ourselves stronger and defend twice. We're gonna let them hit us. And we're gonna hurt them next turn. Okay. Let's use the Rage. We cannot use the Clash unless we use this defend card. Okay, let's use the defense so we can use the Clash and hurt this guy. And we're gonna kill this guy, actually. And use the Mind Blast on the other one, because why not? He's hitting us for 9, but we have a defense of 17, so we don't have to worry. Okay, let's strike him. Oh, we can use the... Let's defend and use the Clash to kill him. Perfect. That was really nice. 18 gold. Pommel Strike. Deal 9 damage, draw 1 card. I like this one. Headbutt. Deal 9 damage, place a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. We're taking this one. Because what this means is that after you played some cards, you can pick them up again from the discard pile and you're gonna be able to use them next turn, so I really like this one. We'll take this. Okay, let's fight the other elite monster. Oh, sentries. They have the artifact ability, which means it negates one debuff, so when we're gonna try to make them like, for example, vulnerable with this bash cards, they're just gonna block it, so there's no point in using that. So we're using the headbutt. Because we only used one card before the headbutt, we aren't able to choose because it's obvious which card should go back to the draw pile, which is the clash card, by the way. We had no defend cards, so they're just gonna hit us, which is not ideal. That's okay. Okay, and what they do is they gave us these two discard cards into our deck. Sorry, I'm talking a bit weird today. And let's use the rage. I'm gonna kill him. Okay, we're gonna have to defend. Let's defend. They give us these dazed cards, which basically are like unplayable cards, so the point of them is that you have less options. We could use the Mind Blast for damage of 15, let's do that. We cannot use the spot weakness because nobody is attacking us. We'll use the strike and the Iron Wave. See, like normally we would have some other card option here, but the daze just makes it so. But they exhaust automatically at the end of the turn, and sometimes they have like a special relic that deals back damage whenever a card is exhausted, and that becomes really useful. I'm gonna attack this one because I wanna kill him. We'll take the Mind Blast, I guess. Strike. And let's defend, so that it doesn't hurt us too much. Okay. Mind Blast for 6, that's not ideal. Strike. We cannot use the clash because... Okay, let's defend just so we can use the clash. And we'll use the Mind Blast because it's free. Lowered his HP to 15, which is nice. Maybe we'll kill it this turn. If you get 3 strikes... Nope. Let's try the bash. And the strike, no. Didn't manage to make him vulnerable. So we'll defend. He's hitting us for 3. We can kill him now, I hope. Yes, strike. Strike you. 35 gold. Old coin. Upon pickup gain 300 gold. Okay. Twin Strike, deal 5 damage twice. Thunderclap, deal 4 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Dual wield, create a copy of an attack or power card in your hand. I'll take the No, Twin Strike. Twin Strike does damage of 10 or damage of 4 to everybody. Let's take the Thunderclap. Okay, we're gonna get a relic. 77 gold and Mercury Hourglass. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Like that one. That's a great one. Okay. Fight against this monster. This is like the big slime. So now, if you lower his HP to half, he's gonna split. Okay, we'll use the Mind Blast for damage of 12. Then a strike. And another strike. And the Iron Wave. Lower his HP to half just yet. It's actually quite good because now he's gonna attack us, I think. No, he's just splitting. Okay. Let's use the headbutt because it does highest damage. Give us the Iron Wave for next time if we need to defend. And we're gonna hurt as much as we can. And he's gonna split to 2 slimes that have the same HP as the original slime had. We can kill this one. We'll do nothing else. Really like this Mercury Hourglass. It's great because 3 damage to all enemies every turn. That's really nice. Thunderclap? No, but the bash is gonna be enough to kill him. Okay. Bloodletting. Gain 1 energy, lose 3 HP. Carnage. Ethereal deals 20 damage. I love this card. This is so good. Because it deals a lot of damage, and especially if you have like strength or something, it can deal really high damage. And this costs 2. There's also a card called Bloodshawn, I think, or something like that. But it costs 3 energy. This one only costs 2, so we're definitely taking this. Okay, let's fight this last elite monster. We get the Gremlin Knob again. Hello. Let's use Bash and Headbutt, I guess. He's gonna make himself enraged so that we can defend much. Sitting us with 14, which is not ideal. But you know, let's do regular strikes, because now they deal damage of 9 instead of... I should have used the Iron Wave because it's an attack. Let's do it. Bring the energy potion. So that I get at least some sort of defense. It's only gonna hit me for 9. We do have some rest sites ahead, but I don't know how many, so... Mind Blast. Okay, Carnage. Let's use that. And a strike, and it's dead. Perfect. 32 gold and a Dream Catcher. Whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. That's nice. Steroid Potion. Gain 5 strength at the end of your turn, lose 5 strength. So this just makes us strong for like 1 turn. Second win. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand and gain 5 block for each. No. Cleave. Deal 8 damage to all enemies, or Anger. Anger is a free card, and it deals 5 damage and adds a copy of this card to your discard pile. So when you use it once, then you have 2 cards, and then 4 if you use both of them, and so on. So this is really nice. We'll take Anger. We only have 1 rest site. That's not ideal. You walk into a room to find a large hole in the ground. As you approach the hole, an enormous serpent creature appears from within. Ho ho, hello, hello, what have you got here? Hello, adventurer. I ask you a simple question. The most fulfilling of life is that in which you can buy anything. Do you agree? We have a lot of money, 645. We don't really need more, so I'm going to disagree. The serpent stares at you with a look of extreme disappointment. Well, I understand, I would be disappointed too, if I want to curse a fellow traveler. Okay, we don't need to defend, but we could use the Clash if we... No, we would have to use... Okay, let's use Rage and defend, because I want to use the Clash. And then we'll use the Thunderclap. Ah, we should have used the Thunderclap first, because it would make them vulnerable. The cultists are interesting enemies, because they use rituals, which gains them additional strength of 3 every single turn. So you want to kill them very, very fast, like I'm going to do now with the Carnage. Because if you don't, then they're going to become so strong that it's going to be really, really bad. Like, they start with a damage of 9, then the next turn, damage of 6, sorry, then the next turn they have damage of 9, then 12, then 15, so like, you want to kill them really, really fast. I'm gonna use the Anger, because why not? And it's dead. Block Potion, gain 12 block, I like that. Dark Embrace, and whenever a card is exhausted, draw 1 card. No, Thunderclap or Clash. Let's take another Clash. Okay, another monster to fight. Jawworm and Spike Slime. Okay. Whew, we don't have many defensive cards. We could drink this and gain a block. I don't know. Let's see at the end of this turn. Okay, so I drank this, did the spot weakness card, so now I have additional strength, and the strikes deal 9 damage instead of 6. But first let's make them all vulnerable. Now I'm gonna hit him. Okay, so we have a defense of 6. Do we want to drink this potion? No. I'm gonna let them hit us. Because we can heal for like 25, I think, at the rest site, so we should be fine. Okay. Okay, so we cannot use the Clash because... Well, actually we could use 2 defend cards and then use both of the Clash cards. So let's do that. Defend, defend. Use Clash on him. Clash on him. They're all dead. Perfect. 14 gold and Dexterity potion. Gain 2 Dexterity. Dexterity is like Strength except for defending. Armaments. Gain 5 block, upgrade a card in your hand for the rest of combat. This one's really nice when it's upgraded, because then it upgrades all cards in your hand for the rest of the combat, which is great. Or True Grit. Gain 7 block, exhaust a random card in your hand, or Anger. Yeah, we'll take the armament so that we can upgrade it later. Now we're gonna heal. And we can pick another card because of the Dreamcatcher. Shockwave. Apply 3 weak and vulnerable to all enemies. Or Twin Strike, or Reckless Charge. Deal 7 damage, shuffle a Dazed into your draw pile, but it's free. I'll take the Shockwave, I think. Because making them weak can be really good. If they have like high damage of 30 or something, making them weak is gonna lower it by a lot. Okay, let's use the Headbutt and Strike. Nothing else. What do our potions? Dexterity potion, block potion, and steroid potion. Okay, let's use the Carnage to hurt him. And the Iron Wave. Is he gonna do? Oh, he's gonna make himself super strong. Just for this turn. 35. We have no defense. Okay, so we're gonna drink the potion for a block of 12 and defend for 5. And then we'll use the Clash because it's free and the Mind Blast. And both of these strike cards. I wish we had more defend cards, but apparently we don't. Maybe we should focus on that, like when we pick the next cards. Just so let's use Anger. No, let's use Rage first because it gives us block. Now we use Anger. And let's use Thunderclap and another defend card. So now he's only gonna hit us for 5. But after you kill a boss, you heal back to full HP. So just as long as you survive, it doesn't matter with how much HP. Okay, Mind Blast gives a damage of 18. I'm thinking about using the Shockwave first. It's gonna make them weak and vulnerable for 3 turns. Let's do that. 9 to Mind Blast does a damage of 27 instead of 18, so that was a good choice. And the Strike gives a damage of 9. So we should be able to kill this one next turn, except it's splitting, I think, so there's gonna be like 2 with a life of 7. This one's just gonna... Oh, it's making us frail. Gain 25% less block from a card for 3 turns. Okay, let's use the Rage first. Then we use Armaments. We're gonna upgrade this Clash card. And we're gonna defend. Now we're gonna use the Clash. If we use the Thunderclap, we can kill this one. Yeah, and we use the... and make everybody vulnerable. Okay, so it killed actually the other one too. We use the Clash on this guy. Now he's splitting because we lowered his HP. This is a good strategy sometimes, that you know they're gonna split if you lower their HP. Sorry. So you don't need to defend. You can just make sure that you lower their HP enough, and when you do that, they just stop attacking and start splitting instead. We're gonna kill them this time. Oh, we killed them because of our Mercury Hourglass, which is nice. Demon Form, this is my favorite card of all times. At the start of each turn, gain 2 strength. So basically, now we become like the cultist monster when they do the rituals, because first you gain strength of 2, then in the next turn you have a strength of 4, and then 6, and then 8. So if you like have some good blocks, you can become really, really strong if you wait like 3 or 4 turns, because you can do damage of like 20 or something. So this is incredible. So we're definitely taking this. It's like no debate. Okay, we can pick a relic. Astrolabe. Upon pickup, choose and transform 3 cards, then upgrade them. Or a Black Star. Elite drops an additional relic when defeated. or cursed key. Gain 1 energy at the start of each turn. Whenever you open a non-boss chest, obtain a curse. I'm gonna take the astrolabe. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transform these 3 strike cards, because the strike cards are the weakest damage, usually. Because almost every other attacking card is better, or it has some other benefit like the Iron Wave. So I'm gonna transform it and hope that I can get some good attacking cards. Okay, so we got Twin Strike, which gives us a damage of 14 instead of the strike card that gave us 6. Immolate, deal 28 damage to all enemies. And Disarm, enemy loses 3 strength, so this is really good. The Immolate adds a burn to your discard pile, but that's okay. Don't really mind. So let's proceed. Act 2, the city. Okay, so in the so I think we're gonna leave the second act to the next episode. So I'm really glad that you tuned in for this one, and I hope I'll see you for the next one as well. So have a great day, and bye bye.